You identify yourself as gay. Why do you then choose, because it is a choice, why do you then choose to be a Muslim when it says explicitly within Islam, within Judeo-Christian tradition, that that is prohibited? Why would you choose to be a Muslim? Why would you choose to be a Muslim if in the Quran it says that that is prohibited? Surah Al-A'raf, I can give you the ayah that it says it is okay and accepted to be gay in Islam. That is not, it's a loaded question, but I'm sorry, you either be gay or you be Muslim. No one is forcing you to.
The Muslim woman in the previous clip spoke from a position of honestly engaging with Islamic scripture and centuries of Abrahamic tradition which predate and which have informed early Islam, including the norms which Muhammad had himself fostered. We don't have to like her conclusions to agree with her method of engaging with her religion's source texts. Getting Muslims to ignore or to reject an authentic reading of their scriptures is a separate matter from being honest about what the most plausible reading is of those same scriptures. In the next couple of clips, the masked Arab will take us through some of the Quran and hadiths on the topic of homosexuality. The video is entitled Islam and ISIS, Killing Homosexuals, and is part of the masked Arab's 15-part series entitled Islam and ISIS. You can see the URL on the screen here, and I recommend you check out the entire 15-part series. It's very elucidating. And without further ado, I give you the masked Arab.
The Quran tells us several times that the tribe of Lot in Sodom were punished for their actions, which included men approaching other men in lust. It condemns what they did and tells us God punished them as a result, by turning their whole town upside down and showering them with brimstone. The Quran condemns homosexuality in very clear terms. We also sent Lut. He said to his people, "Do ye commit lewdness such as no people in creation ever committed before you? For ye practice your lusts on men in preference to women. Ye are indeed a people transgressing beyond bounds." And his people gave no answer but this. They said, "Drive them out of your city. These are indeed men who want to be clean and pure." But we saved him and his family, except his wife. She was one of those who lagged behind. And we rained down on them a shower of brimstone. Then see what was the end of those who indulged in sin and crime. So basically, the Quran states that no people were ever homosexual before the people of Lot, and these first homosexuals were all wiped out for their crime by divine intervention. Another example, chapter 27 verse 55 reads, "What, do you indeed approach men lustfully rather than women? Nay, you are a people who act ignorantly." This hadith is from Sunan Abu Dawud, and it reads, "The Prophet said, if you find anyone doing as Lot's people did, kill the one who does it and the one to whom it is done." Now, this isn't quite classified as Sahih, or in other words, fully authentic, but instead it has the second highest classification as Hasan Sahih. So pretty reliable according to those who believe in the whole idea that the methodology for gathering any of these narrations was reliable testimony in the first place anyway.
While Ahmadi Muslims reject the hadith that gays should be plunged to their death from high places, which is what ISIS dutifully carried out, they do support an ambiguous punishment for homosexuality. That is, leaving it to the discretion of a judge. He can decide the fate of someone accused of engaging in such a relationship. There's nothing stopping such a judge in a Muslim society from choosing a very severe criminal punishment here based on existing Islamic precedent. Even the fourth Khalifa of the Ahmadi Muslim community laments at how homosexuality is no longer seen as a crime. These are the kinds of attitudes that your Khulafa, if you're an Ahmadi Muslim, would like to take us back to. Do you want to recreate such an intolerant society? Would you like to see your gay colleague James from accounting or lesbian colleague Tanya in HR viewed as criminals? If you pay any chanda to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, then you are voting yes with your money to take us back to that kind of a world. So the next time you donate to the mosque, please think about the worldview that you are promoting and that you are supporting with your hard-earned cash. You might now be wondering, where do these attitudes come from? Why do Muslim leaders perpetuate such contempt? Well, Because Allah in the Quran is said to have destroyed the people of Lot for tolerating homosexuality. Allah did this by raining down fire and brimstone upon them. As Muslims, we're apparently okay with that. Yet we grieve when 50 people are killed at the Pulse nightclub in Florida from a rain of bullets fired by a gunman who was also targeting homosexuals. As a Muslim, do you not see this disconnect here? You're not okay with the slaughter of gays when a gunman does it. That's immoral. But if God does it, it's suddenly moral, righteous, and true justice? Don't you see the problem here? Do you think that this story from the Quran encourages us to love or to at least promote benevolence and compassion toward homosexuals? If Islam in the West didn't have to tone down its rhetoric to distance itself from such intolerance, do you really think that the Islamic world would generate the Enlightenment values and attitudes that you probably cherish today? What does that say about the inherent depth and wisdom of such scriptures?